Hello, friends.
Hello.
You can't say hello. You're not my friend. I was going to
Fine.
say you were family, but you know.
Shh.
See how I brought that back? Okay.
You're like family.
I mean, right? Right? Am I right?
I mean, yeah. I was sad when you left my house. Like, when you moved away from me after living with me for a year
Oh.
and a half. I was like, who?
Speaking of leaving, your brother just left.
Yep, my younger brother decided to go be one of the military men.
One of them military men.
Went to go be an action junkie.
An action junkie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, hopefully he listens to this at some point. Because this is episode 65. And it's titled Hate Us Because You Anus.
Yeah, dude. Not anus. Anus.
Yeah, not anus, but anus.
You probably won't get it unless you, like, read
mean,
the...
They'll read it before they even press play.
Probably.
So this is a stupid joke.
Yeah.
But
Duh.
but you'll find out why. We're talking
Yeah.
about anuses. So
Or not having anuses.
not having anuses. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Retractable anus.
Retractable, dude.
That should have been the name of the episode.
Retractable anuses. Disappearing anus. That should have been the name of the episode.
Disappearing anus. Don't you wish you had one?
Yeah. And then we talked about making a device that collects your.
Oh no. Just let them get to that
Okay.
themselves. And at the end of the episode, we do a quick review on episode 4 of season 8 Game of Thrones, which was a dud for me.
100% dud.
But
Like dud. Like, dude.
because
dud.
we didn't enjoy it as much as the other episodes, we kind of kept this one short, and we added some other segments for y'all people.
It's pretty funny questions. I enjoyed them.
Yeah. And if you guys
Yeah.
want to answer some questions, you can email us at coldonepodcast@gmail.com with your answers.
Or tweet them to us on social media at Twitter at Cold One Podcast.
And if you do, I'll mention it on the next episode.
Absolutely. If we can get enough people to give us some questions, whether they be would you rathers, this or that, or just random questions, we'll do a little segment where we give all of our little audience listeners a little shout out and then we answer their question.
Yeah, if you want me to kill Nathan, I'll do it. For the audience.
For the fans, dude. We're that.
We're doing it for the vine.
Do it for the vine, bro.
Well, anyway, as always, I'm Asen,
I'm Nathan.
and this is the Golden with the Boys.
Have you ever thought where people come up with the most random stuff that they need to, like, scientifically research? Like
What?
the amount of dumb stuff that people scientifically research.
I mean, I don't necessarily think it's dumb. I think it's nice to know even dumb stuff, I guess.
I want to know where the guy got bond money or who is paying this guy to research this animal whose anus comes and goes when it needs to go to the bathroom. Like, what is the point?
What do you mean comes and goes?
So this animal doesn't have an anus until it needs to go to the bathroom. So under a microscope, whenever it needs to defecate, like the intestines or whatever joins with the skin, and it opens up an anus, allows it to defecate, and then when it's done defecating, the hole disappears.
Hell yeah. I wish I had that ability.
Right? I mean, you couldn't get like accidental like butt plunges when you're like wiping your butt.
Well, I don't have that issue, but I don't know about you.
You gotta be a folder, dude. You're gonna
Yeah.
have to get with the times eventually.
Nope.
But like, who sits down and is like, I'm gonna research this animal who doesn't have an anus? Like, what? Why?
I mean, it's probably, I doubt it's, first of all, I doubt they got money to do this. It's probably like a university project of like a group that's researching something. Because when you become like a scientific researcher of whatever field, I think for your capstone project in college, you have to do like research on something, like completely research something, and have it peer reviewed and shit. So
Right, I get that. I mean, this is at the Marine Biological Laboratory in Woods Hole, Massachusetts, and it was a scientist that made the discovery. Now, I don't know if he was doing some other kind of research on, it's some type of jellyfish, apparently, and it
that's
says
probably what happened.
has a neat trick that makes it unique among animals. Its anus forms only when it needs to defecate, then disappears without a trace. Cue in the X-Files music. But yeah, I don't get it.
I don't know, but that'd be one awesome ability to have. Like, you've been having a long day, you like shit yourself a couple times, and then you can just fucking suck it away, and then
Dude, you wouldn't have to worry about farting. Like, flatulence wouldn't be a problem.
well,
Like, you would only fart whenever, well, that would suck. Because if you had, like, gas, like you had the BGs going, and you couldn't fart,
what if you could just like bubble it down there? It's like a big bubble.
dude, that would, like, expand. Like, have you ever had, like, bad gas to where it, like, hurts?
Yes.
Yeah, just imagine that all the time, because it never gets out unless you're pooping.
Well, I mean, I'd still
Well,
let
you'd
it
have to
out.
burp it, dude. Burp. Just belch, fart, flatulence. That would be disgusting.
Yeah, I don't understand the research, but I'm also not a scientist, so this guy's smarter than me.
I mean, I don't know. I just think, I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, I think I would rather have a butthole that disappeared when I didn't need to use it.
Yeah.
It'd solve anal leakage problems. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't ever have to worry about getting anal fissures. So,
That
mean-
is true. That is true. Oh.
speaking of anal fissures, just kidding.
I thought you were going to go into another news story.
No. I wish I had a story about. We covered a story about anal fissures.
Did we?
I think it was in like an old episode. I think we talked about it with one of our guests. But
Probably.
a woman enraged over lack of donuts, charged with mischief. This lady walked into her local donut store. They didn't have any donuts ready by 4 a.m. So
4 a.m.
yeah, well, I mean, donut stores, open up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right, to have them ready for...
No. They go in at like midnight to get them ready by like 4 o'clock.
Okay, all right, go on.
So she walks in there. These jackwagons don't have any effing donuts ready at 4 a.m. in the morning. So she starts yelling at the staff and then, like, causing a big scene. And then to exit the building, she tried to do the whole, like, kick the door open. Instead of kicking the door open, she just kicked it through the glass door and just shattered the glass.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
I wish I could have been in that restaurant to see that happen. Just like, this is Sparta, kicks this glass door because they didn't have donuts. And then she runs away.
I mean, that's like good old karma for you right there. I don't know. If a donut shop doesn't have donuts, like, yeah, maybe I'd be a little peeved if they're supposed to at that time. But, when you go to any restaurant, they're like, hey, we're out of this.
Right.
Or,
You get a little mad. I get it.
yeah, but I don't kick
You
down
don't
doors.
kick the effing door down, dude.
Yeah. Like,
she showed back up later around 5:30 to the same coffee shop they called the police and she got arrested and charged with mischief. So, I mean, if you just kicked, obviously they either have really damn good donuts for her to bust down the door and then come back an hour and a half later to try and see if they had some donuts ready, or she was methed out of her mind and just didn't remember she kicked the door down.
Yeah. I mean, usually restaurants are nice enough to where, if you don't escalate the situation, they might be like, hey, well, sorry about the donuts. Come back later. We'll get you some free ones or something, or get you a discount.
I don't think people should get free donuts for that. Like,
it depends. It depends on the situation. Like, there's been times where I've walked in like right when a restaurant has opened and they don't have something ready because like an employee was late or something like that, and that employee was in charge of that, or they just didn't have enough people to get everything ready. Right. Like at that point, I still don't bust a door down. I don't get really mad either.
Do you go soccer mom on them, dude?
No. Oh, dude, well. You know me. Like if I go to a place and they're like, we're out of this, I'm like, cool, let me go look at something else. Like I'm not the guy that's like, no, I have to have this steak with this sauce on it. It's like, it's all right. We can come back later. Like
I mean, I wouldn't probably, if I went to a specific restaurant for a specific thing and then they didn't have it, I wouldn't be like, all right, let me get something else. I'm like, all right, well, I'll go somewhere else then.
And that's fine. But like, okay, so what is a restaurant or fast food joint or something where when you go there, if they don't have it, you'd be like, all right, I'm out.
Like if I roll up to Chick-fil-A and I order a sandwich and they don't have no more Chick-fil-A sandwiches, like I'm gone.
Well,
they don't have it. They added chicken. We added chicken. Like, what do you expect me to do?
Well, yeah.
I ain't gonna order a.
That's like their whole menu, though.
No, man. They got salads. They got nuggets. But if I want a chicken sandwich, I want a chicken sandwich. I go somewhere else and get a chicken sandwich.
Right, but like, even then, you just be like, all right, well, I'll just go somewhere else and just drive off.
Fine then. Get out of here.
You wouldn't say that.
Yeah, you write it like, all right, well, see you later. Goodbye.
Exactly. We're like, with places that have maybe a little more diversity than that, like Taco Bell, if you go there and they're like, we're out of, I don't know why they'd be out of quesadillas, but we're out of tortillas.
Oof. I mean, like, if I went there specifically because I wanted a quesadilla and they were out of tortillas, I probably wouldn't order anything else. Like I never go to a restaurant not knowing in advance what I want from there. Like if I'm going to Taco Bell and it's because I'm craving a quesadilla and I get there and they're like, we can't make quesadillas, our quesadilla maker's broken. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll go somewhere else.
Well, it's convenient that our Taco Bell has a Taco Bueno next to it.
That is true.
But if there wasn't another one for like 5 miles, I would just be like, well, I'm not going to get a quesadilla though. I'm just going to get something from here.
Tostada, dude.
I mean, most of the time, dude, like it's almost, it's not worth going anywhere else because I'm hungry. I just want to get food. If you don't have quesadillas right now, whatever, I'll just grab a burrito or something.
Yeah, you basic though. It's all right. Hey, it's okay. You don't have to yell at me about it.
Either way, this woman's a little cuckoo.
Yeah. And on a good note about donut stores, real quick, this guy lives out in California, and I guess his wife had like an aneurysm, and so she's been in like the hospital, and she's having to like have speech therapy and all that kind of stuff. Well, this guy, the husband and wife, owns a donut store out there, and like all their normal customers that keep coming in, I guess have been buying like huge amounts of donuts. So like his shop empties out super early of donuts so he can leave and go be with his wife. I thought that was really cute.
Oh, it's a good way to donate yet also make someone work.
Exactly. I mean, he's going to probably stay until all of his donuts are sold or, it passes the time. So if he opens up, say 4 o'clock, takes him normally till 11 to close, but everybody buys all the donuts he's made by 9, he gets to leave early. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good way to donate while still getting donuts.
Dude, donuts, yeah, for sure. So, as you can see on my screen, this lovely animal, probably one of my most hated animals
Well, listeners can't see it, so
It's a goat. And I don't know if you've ever heard. I don't know why I don't like goats. I just don't like goats. I'm
baby goats are cute.
dude. Baby goats are little douchers. Sorry,
I mean, they are, but
they like run into you. I did the whole thing with my head right there.
yeah.
I know they can't see, but I don't know. I've never met a goat that I didn't want to punt like immediately.
Wow. I'm calling PETA.
That's fine. Plus, they're like a demonic symbol too for some reason.
Well, it's like it's not a demonic symbol. It's a pagan symbol where they like sacrifice shit to the goat head or something. Dude, I don't know.
That sounds pretty demonic to me.
I mean, yeah, like Christianity looks at it as demonic, so I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm
They're
pretty sure something about Satan has to do with a goat.
It's like a dude with a goat head, and there's like an orgy going on around him.
Yeah, I don't remember what that's called.
It's like a pagan ritual or something. I don't know.
Anyways, California firefighters are enlisting these little buggers to help prevent forest fires or wildfires. Basically, what they're doing is they're releasing hundreds of goats around like areas where they have a lot of problems with like brush fires and things. They're gonna release hundreds of goats, let them eat all they want until they have the landscape the way that they want it, and then we're gonna pick them up and put them somewhere else to eat more grass and just keep eating brush until it's all gone.
I mean, it's one way to do it, I guess.
Are you gonna have goat herders, like goat farmers, controlling these things, or are you just gonna let them meander off wherever they want to go?
On the streets.
Yeah,
They'll,
I mean,
total your car.
I don't know. Probably these are gonna be out in like the forested area. I'm assuming they're probably not gonna let them get too close to the highways. Otherwise, you're just gonna have goat puddles everywhere.
Do you know what like they literally just did?
What?
It's like me being in a room and someone comes in here and releases like 100 burritos on the floor. All they did was just add a bunch of food to the forest for all the mountain lions that are out in California.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how much. I feel like I've heard the statistic somewhere, but I don't know how much grass or brush a goat can eat in a day.
Well, I mean, that is I don't know about goats specifically, but I know like when there's a lot of cows, like herds of cows and things like that, they do clear out stuff fairly quickly, like within weeks. They can clear out fields.
I mean, all they do is just eat.
Exactly. What else do they have to do? It's not.
I
like
want to be
like,
an animal, dude.
It's not like they're like, "Hey, Billy, you want to go down to the bar or something?" No, they're just like, "I'm just to eat more grass and."
Bah. Dude, fainting goats, my favorite animal though. I hate goats, fainting goats, because you yell at them and they fall over. Like, and they're just over.
They just stiffen up and fall over, dude.
It's the most amazing thing ever. I wish I could yell at you sometimes. Just go boo, and you go bah, and fall over. What is the sexiest and least sexiest name that you can think of?
Male or female?
Either.
Well, it's weird for guys. I really like I like old timey names.
Mm-hmm.
For women, I do not like. Well, okay, this isn't an old timey name. This is just like a Russian name, but like any Helga,
Olga,
or Olga, any like Judy.
I don't think Judy is like a least sexy. Like Helga is definitely.
Yeah, Judy's not bad.
Like Barrett. What is the name I'm looking for here? It's Beatrice. Beatrice?
Beatrice. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty
Beatrice is like not sexy at all.
better. Gertrude, dude.
Gertrude, brother. Dude, that just gets me hot and bothered right there. Come here, Gertrude. Like, oh,
Come here, you nincompoop.
you nincompoop.
Yeah, like Beverly. Even Beverly isn't too bad.
Compared to Gertrude or Beatrice, ugh.
Like I could see like if there was like a smoking hot Beverly, I'd be like, all right, I'm in.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, if there was a
Smoking hot Gertrude, I'd be like, what's up, Gertrude?
I'd still be like, yeah, you need to change that there.
I will legally pay for you to change your name, please.
Gertrude, like where? I feel like that's German. I don't know though, but it just sounds that German, like like German just sounds harsh. Yeah,
Mm.
it just sounds like a harsh name, Gertrude. It's like some barbarian would name a woman that.
I feel like that's from the Aragon book. I feel like there's somebody named Gertrude.
No, you're wrong.
You're probably right. Sexiest name for a lady.
For a lady. I'm gonna have to think, because there isn't any one particular, like I know attractive people with certain names.
I don't know, like Mercedes for some reason is like a sexy name.
No,
Yeah, I think it is. Mercedes. Just like, ooh.
I just think of a stripper.
Ooh, hey.
And that's
not sexy
okay.
about a stripper.
I mean, that's okay, but like it reminds me of a stripper name, not like a legitimate. Even though I knew someone named Mercedes in high school.
Ooh, I'm telling.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Mercedes, that's odd. It's just an odd name.
That's literally the first one that came to my mind. I mean, Anna, of course. It's a pretty sexy name, you know what I'm saying?
Obviously, you would say that. I mean, Guinevere's pretty cool.
It's cool. Wouldn't say it's sexy.
Oh.
Wow. She doesn't listen anyways.
I'll tell her to listen to this one. Yeah, I don't know of any like particular names where I'm like, hell yeah. Like with accents, that's different. Like I could definitely tell you that, but like I don't know, with names, as long as it's not like a Gertrude, like I'm cool with whatever name you got.
Fair enough. What sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to?
Well,
you can't use mine from earlier.
Yeah, well, I was about to, so.
Yeah. Think of your own.
Demolition Derby.
That's like the same thing.
Not really.
I feel like Demolition Derby people probably are drunk anyways.
Probably. I mean, other than that,
hockey. If they were drunk playing hockey, that would be pretty funny.
Just keep slipping on the ice and beating the crap out of each other.
Pretty much. The one I came up with that I told you weren't allowed to use is NASCAR. Could you imagine NASCAR with some alcohol in it?
Yeah.
I feel like we wouldn't have very many cars left by the end of the race. Ooh, horse racing, dude. If they were drunk.
I was thinking of that. But what if the horses were drunk?
Even better.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Would have made this last week's Kentucky Derby so much more entertaining.
Yeah.
Did you listen to any stuff about that?
Yeah, I did.
About the horse. Oh, yeah, we listened to it earlier. The horse, like the one that was favored to win, won. And then somebody called a foul on him. And then he didn't win, and somebody else ended up winning. I need to look up like the suicide rates for that day. Dude, I'm telling you, like that stuff happens. Like they bet their entire life savings and all sorts of stuff on those stupid horse races, and then when they lose, they go off themselves. It's terrible.
I mean, when I heard, why they were disqualified, it made sense to me. So
I never heard why they were disqualified.
Well, okay, like in a horse race, you know how everyone's in like a lane, right?
Right.
So basically, they called the foul because from the front camera that shows the horses coming at you,
like right out the gate.
Yeah, like where you can see all the lanes.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming at you, on that camera, it showed the horse that won was drifting off into other lanes, like getting in front of other horses.
Ooh, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. So, from the side camera, it looked legitimate.
Uh-huh.
And from
Right.
the audience, they were all like, "Yeah, go," whatever the hell, maximum. What was the name of it?
I don't know. I don't remember what they said it was.
God, maximum. It's like a prison term.
Yeah. Maximum sentence?
No, maximum security.
Maximum.
That-
there we go.
that's
We
the
figured
name.
it out.
Maximum security is the name of the horse that got disqualified. Yeah. And the winner was like Country House or something like. It's like, what?
Yeah, that sounds right.
What are
I don't
these
know where
names?
they come up with these names. Well, all the names have probably been used before. They're probably coming up with something original. It's like you naming your kid Northeast, South, and West or whatever. The Kardashians? Is that who did that?
Well, just one of them.
What is it? Northeast, West?
Northwest.
Is that the first and middle name or the
First and last. Because
First-
Kanye West.
Oh Lord.
First name is North.
My name's Northwest. Like what? Hello? They were high.
They got to go live in Seattle if that's their name.
Anyways, if your 5-year-old self suddenly found themselves inhabiting your current body, what would your 5-year-old self do first?
Jiggle my belly.
Blah, 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 blah. Dude, I don't know. I don't remember what I was doing at 5 years old.
Well,
Probably look at all the stuff in front of me and start playing with it.
I would definitely explore myself, and by that I don't mean anything perverted.
You dirty boy.
When I was 5 years old, though, I distinctly remember. I don't think I actually remember this. I just think I've seen it on like old videotapes from my parents.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was a little kid, like 5, I was obsessed with making faces at myself in the mirror just to make myself laugh. It's weird, I know, but
No wonder you're so goofy.
yeah. So I feel like if my 5-year-old self was in my current body, I would sit in front of the mirror and make faces at myself.
You do that anyways.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Like, I am almost positive in the how many years have we known each other?
Oh, I'm sure I've done it. Everyone does
We'll
that
just
shit,
walk
though.
past the mirror and start making like goofy faces, and I'm like, "What the f are you doing?"
Yeah, that's how I have such great facial expressions.
Oh, here we go.
I worked on them.
There you go.
I have mastered the facial expressions.
Speaking of making dumb faces in the mirror, what is something that everyone looks stupid doing? Making faces in the mirror to make themselves laugh.
I mean, everyone kind of looks stupid pooping. Like, imagine if you had x-ray vision, you could look into people's houses.
Oh, I would not want to do that.
Well, like, let's just say you could. Like, all the people right now in the world just sitting on the toilet, pooping,
Taking a dump, dude?
and no one looks attractive doing it. No one.
No, you're
you
right.
could be the sexiest woman or man, and I'd be like, ooh.
Oof. Big oof. Well, okay, so it may not be sexy, but what do they look stupid doing? Everybody looks stupid when they fall down. Like when they trip over nothing,
Well, yeah.
they look dumb. Like you look like an idiot. What's another one?
When you get, like, frightened, like a jump scare, you make a stupid face.
That's true. I could see that.
Having an orgasm. Well, some people don't
Uh,
look stupid, I guess.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty attractive faces.
That is true. I was talking about myself,
Yeah, you
when
probably. You're like,
when I was 5 years old, looking at myself in the mirror, jerking it.
ugh, rough. What inanimate object do you wish you could eliminate from existence?
Fidget spinners.
Fidget spinners, dude.
Yeah, my girlfriend has one.
Oh my god.
I don't get like the whole thing with those. Like, they're not really as popular as they were like 2 years ago.
Bounce your knee if you need something to do. You know what I'm saying?
What is wrong with you?
Like if
How
you
is that any better?
like just sit there and like do your little thing where you like shake your foot, tap your foot. That's like what that is.
I mean, it's entertaining for like 2 seconds, a fidget spinner. But I distinctly remember when I used to work for the Postal Service, I was delivering a package to this house, and it was like a loose package. It wasn't in a box.
Right.
It was just like a loose package, and this kid, he was maybe like 8 or 9 years old, opens the door, and I let him know there was a package, and his parent came out, grabbed the package, and they opened it right there with like a bunch of his friends, like right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a fidget spinner, and the kid was freaking screaming about how excited he was. I'm like,
It's a fidget spinner, bro.
yeah, what? Like, what are you gonna do with it?
Well, I mean, that's the difference between your 5-year-old self and now.
That's true. I wish
I
could get
scream like
excited
that
about
when I
anything.
get a good bowel movement, like a ghost poop, when you don't have to wipe. That's what makes me scream these days.
That's a good point. I love those.
Dude, best thing ever. Take a big old bowel movement, wipe back there with some paper, comes off clean. You're like, dude, it makes my whole day more productive.
You know, I heard like the big time celebrities do this. They take I don't know if it's like,
Metamucil.
yes, Metamucil or like Dulcolax.
But I feel like that's a fiber supplement. And I
It-
feel like fiber makes you poop.
Well, I don't know exactly what it does, but it makes it so like you have the same kind of poop every time, and it's like a ghost poop from what I've heard.
Yeah, I'm about to go buy some Metamucil.
It like encapsulates your poop.
Ugh. That's
No-
weird.
No cleanup.
Well, it reminds me of like one of those sausage machines. Something, and you just put the meat in there and it puts it in a little tube. Dude, how badass of an invention would that be? You have a little thing you stick in your butt whenever you poo. It wraps it in a little bag and then drops it right. No mess, free cleanup.
I don't know about that.
You just poop. As you're pooping, it goes into a bag. When you're done pooping, it cuts the bag, falls in the toilet, and you go on about your day.
I mean, how's that? I mean, yeah, then you don't have to wipe, sure.
Dude, like wiping is like the most inconvenient part of having to poop.
Especially peanut butter shits.
Oof, yeah, dude. Comes out like a Mississippi mudslide. You're like, "Rah!" Takes like
Yeah.
half a roll of toilet paper. You need a shower when you're done, you know? Just goes into a bag, falls out, and done.
Yeah. I don't like those. I'm down. Let's make this invention.
We're gonna make
happen.
it. We're gonna get rich. All right. What is the weirdest thing you've seen in someone else's home?
The weirdest. There's been several times in my life where I've walked into people's homes, and it's not necessarily weird because I have nothing against like sex toys,
Mm-hmm.
but like seeing them like in a guest's home or where I
They're
don't
just
expect
weird
them.
to see, though.
They are
Because
weird.
normally people are more private about that.
Exactly. So like seeing one just randomly like on the dining room table, it's like what were you guys just doing?
Well, like one of the suction cup dildos, just right there on the table. And it's like wobbling.
It's still wobbling, like it's
Oof.
still on.
I'm like, all right, here, let me close my eyes, have her run to the bedroom, whatever.
Yeah, if I walked into your house and I saw that, and then like you just see like a naked woman run through the kitchen, like trying to hide, I'd be like, what's going on here?
Hello? I'm going
But-
to have to do that next Monday.
But no, this wasn't in someone else's home. It was in my house or my apartment. But when I was in college, I had a roommate.
Male roommate.
Male roommate.
Do they have co-ed roommates in college?
Well, this was actually an apartment. It wasn't a dormitory.
Gotcha.
So I lived by myself for like 5 months, and then I decided to get a roommate. So I interviewed some people. But regardless, so this guy moved in. He was kind of weird and socially awkward, but he didn't talk much. We didn't talk much to each other, and we just kind of kept to ourselves in our rooms and whatever. Anyway,
The
so
quiet ones are the ones you have to be aware of.
yeah, it was probably a
It's like,
serial killer.
"Ooh."
But no, he went home for the holidays for like over winter break, and I
Mhm.
stayed to work.
Did you go snooping? You were snooping.
No, I didn't.
No, I would. I'm a snooper, dude.
Oh, you're never living with me. But no, I was cleaning the house, and after I got done cleaning, We had some candles, but I didn't have a lighter because I don't smoke or anything. So I was like, I know he has matches. I just don't know where they are. So I went into his room. First drawer I open up, vibrator. I'm like, all right.
It's a little scary.
And just like reclosed it, and I didn't look at any more
You
drawers.
just slowly close it and just slowly walk backwards. Even if the door's in front of you, you just walk backwards.
Yeah, and if I had looked through some more drawers, who knows? Maybe I would have found like some like chopped off hands or
Oh,
some child pornography or something.
oh yeah, that's too far. Too far. I
No,
would
it's
call
not
the
a-
police.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a joke. Like I don't like after that I was really wary of him. Like I was just kind of like,
Did he have a girlfriend?
yeah. I mean, he had a girl that used to come over, but she didn't live with him, and I don't think they were official. I don't think it was his girlfriend. So like, why would he be holding on to that for her? I have nothing against dudes that want to do this kind of stuff. I mean, he might have been secretly gay and didn't want to come out. I don't know.
Poor guy. Dude, if I was a gay, I'd be the most flamboyant gay guy ever.
Me too.
Oh, like, hello!
Let's make this place fabulous.
Fabulous! I love those people. They're hilarious.
Yes.
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. One of the best shows ever. What part of a kid's movie completely scared the S out of you?
Well, that's really easy for me. The old lady from Snow White.
Dude, when she has like the apple?
Yes, dude.
Yeah, that was
Just
hella creepy.
the animation that was made there with how she looked and the what they did with the eyes.
Yeah, dude, you're just
terrified
like,
me when I was a kid. It gave me
Yeah.
nightmares.
for sure. The first thing that popped in my head when I saw this question was Hercules, the Hercules movie.
Hades.
Hades, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't really not okay, like Snow White was animated in like the 40s
Mm-hmm.
or 50s, something like that. It was one of the first Disney movies. And so it had that old creep factor of like the old animation.
That
And-
was super creepy.
Yeah. And just the voice along with her. Oh, dude.
There's multiple other movies that I can't think of right now. There's like, I know there's one scene in the scene from Lord of the Rings whenever
Oh, yeah.
Bilbo freaks out.
But that's not really a kid's movie.
Well, true. I mean, I saw it when I was a kid, and that freaked the S out of me to the point to where every time we rewatched the movies, I would close my eyes when I knew that part was coming until like the last couple of years.
Yeah, that definitely freaked me out when I first saw it because it came out in what, 2001?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I was only 10 years old,
Yeah.
so yeah, dude. I feel like when I first saw it too was at nighttime, and he was like, it's like, ah! That
Yeah.
could scare the crap out of me. If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what. Like, my friends would probably assume something different than my family.
I would assume indecent exposure.
For me?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, my wiener's way too small for me to show it publicly. Come on.
But, like, not like purpose indecent exposure. Like you're just walking and your pants fall down and you're like going commando or something.
That is true. There is some pants that I have that if I don't wear a belt, they're coming off.
You're just standing there in public, trying to pull up
Or
your
like
pants.
peeing on the side of a house or something.
What?
And some cop's like with his flashlight, like, hey, what are you doing back there?
Motherfucker.
Do you need assistance?
No, I don't know what I would. For you, if you got arrested, I feel like it'd have to be something like automobile related, like driving erratically or something. I don't know.
I'm a good driver. What the?
I just don't know what else you would get arrested for.
For you,
Like if
if-
Anna called you and it's like, Nathan just got arrested, I have no idea what happened. What would be the first thing that came to your mind?
well, if Anna called me, then at that point I would think something different. if I didn't know, and like I went to work tomorrow, and like our boss came in and said, "Hey, Nathan's in jail." Like my first thought would be some dude probably broke into your house and you shot them, and you're in there for like manslaughter charges or self-defense or something like that.
Fair enough.
If it was Anna calling me like in the middle of the day saying that you got arrested and she has no idea why, I'd be like, he probably went off on somebody over like road rage.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably what happened. I probably drove him off the highway. And then I'm getting manslaughter charges.
Yeah.
I don't know what my family would think.
I don't know either. Like my family, for me, it's like, I don't know what they think either. Oh, is he too lazy or something? Like,
did he just like? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to call my dad and ask him like, if like your buddy walked in and was like, your son just got arrested while you're at work, like what would be the first thing you said? Or
probably like piracy or something. Like
yeah, he
downloading.
He got caught watching them damn pirated videos on the internet, didn't he?
Yeah, something like that. Something computer related, probably.
I could see that. Let's see here. What set of items could you buy that would make the cashier the most uncomfortable?
There's a lot of good combinations here.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Like a baseball bat and like extra large condoms. Like that would be super uncomfortable if somebody laid that on a register. I'd be like, well, like maybe not a baseball bat, but you know those little toy kids bats?
Yeah.
I'd be like,
or just a cucumber with some condoms.
I'd be like, that wouldn't make me uncomfortable though. I was like, well, we know what you're doing with that.
Well, I was thinking more of like if someone put like a shovel with like a bag of dirt and like
some Drano or something.
Yeah, or like some or like a rope or something.
I was like,
so this guy's about to go bury a body. What are some other combinations? Like lube and like something big.
You're just like, all right, please tell me you're not going to try and shove that anywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of good combinations there, though.
I worked as a cashier for a couple years, 2-3 years at Walmart, and I did a little game in my head of all the stuff that was on the register that wasn't food. Even with food, I was trying to like come up in my mind like what they were gonna like, what recipes they were gonna try and make with all the stuff they just bought. And so
I feel like the cashiers do that. Like the cashiers do that.
I honestly didn't think about it until one of my customers was like, do you ever sit here when you're ringing stuff up, just try and put things together of what we're going to do with all this stuff? And I was like, until you just said that, no, I just bag it as fast as I can and get you out of my line.
I mean, yeah.
I started doing it.
Like I worked at Walmart too at one point, and I mean, that's what I would do. If someone like, they just put down like, 18 packages of hot dogs, I'm like, all right, this guy's having a cookout.
Right.
Or
well,
maybe
you better
he
have
just really
a bunch
likes
of hot dog buns.
Yeah, like with like hot dog buns, or this guy really just likes hot dogs and he's gonna eat them all for himself. I don't know.
Dude, that'd be a lot of hot dogs to eat.
Like,
you ever had frozen hot dogs before?
Yeah.
Oof.
I don't think they're terrible, but like, I like a good hot dog. Like if you cook it up,
a good grilled hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can eat a good dog.
Good dog. Let's go cook up your dog, man.
Dagenay, where you at? The bratwurst though, much better.
Yeah, but those definitely have to be grilled up and cooked up.
Speaking of bratwurst, what's the best type of cheese?
Why does that have anything to do with a bratwurst?
Have you never put cheese on your bratwurst, dude?
Well, yeah, but
okay. Well, that's what it has to do with bratwurst.
Weird segue though.
You're a segue.
Best type of cheese, man. It depends on what I'm having it with.
Doesn't matter.
Just to eat by itself.
Number one cheese.
Across the board, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, that's hard.
I'm going with the sharp cheddar, dude.
Across the board, I'm probably gonna go with mozzarella. And that's just because it can be used in so much shit. Like
True.
not only eating it by itself, which is good, but also in a sandwich. You can put it in pasta. You can do anything with it.
I don't know if I could just slice off a hunk of mozzarella and eat it.
Yes, you could. It's good.
Think so?
Yeah, I love sharp cheddar too. My favorite thing to eat with like deli meats, like if I'm just like having a snack or something, is Swiss.
Really? The one with all the holes in it?
Yeah, I like Swiss cheese. On sandwiches, I like either Swiss or provolone.
Provolone's good.
And then if I'm gonna go expensive, the cheese I like most by itself, just to like chomp on, is Gouda.
I had a Gouda hamburger the other day and I wasn't thrilled about it.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I wasn't either. Like I don't think it goes good on a burger, but Gouda by itself, like good smoked Gouda, is really freaking good just by itself.
You know what else doesn't go good on a hamburger?
You?
You.
Oh.
No more baby mamas, no more kids to watch, cause I got babysitters. Now it's time for liquor, come on, give it to me, cause it's my escape. Now it's time to annihilate, so my troubles all die away. I'm on a diet, Please do not try this, cause you're not invited. I'm dripping in go call the Midas. This night I was excited, it got me reignited. I've been waiting so long I can't fight it, but now I'm Mike Tyson inside. I'm on
So yesterday was season 8, episode 4 for Game of Thrones.
Yes.
I wasn't very happy. I left my brother's house after watching it with you and them, and I was kind of disappointed. I was kind of bummed out.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, with what we've seen with episode 4 now, I don't see them giving us many explanations on anything that's happened at this point. It really seems like they're just rushing to the end.
Yeah, it's not bad writing, it's fast writing. Like they're jumping through time and space that they can't do.
Yeah, it's like the last 2 seasons turned into like the movie adaptation of a book, while the first 6 seasons were like an adaptation of a book that was really, really good and on point. It just, in season 7 is when it started, these episodes where, one episode this character would be in like King's Landing and then the next they'd be up in the north. Like what, in the first
makes
6
sense.
seasons, it took like what, Arya and the Hound, like a whole season to get
To get where
halfway
they were
across
going,
the
yeah.
map. Yeah, like, and other people are just teleporting at this point.
Well, I mean, there was also a story to be told between Arya and the Hound.
That's true. I mean, I guess they could definitely put stuff in that would make people happy.
Well, see, I think the thing is that this, like, the first 6 seasons, you say, first probably 5, they had George R.R. Martin's books to go off of. So they had what the characters were doing between, while they were traveling. They had his guidance. They're on the last season. They don't know what he has them plan, what his plan is for the characters to be doing when they're traveling from, say, the north to, Dragonstone. They don't know what he's going to have them doing.
Exactly. I think that is a big factor. Is season 7 is where it kind of started with, we don't know from the books what happens at this point. So yeah, they didn't add any seasoning.
They don't have
it's
any filling.
there's no flavor.
It's a pie with no insides.
No, of course there's it's still enjoyable. I don't hate the show.
I mean, no, I don't hate the show either, but I feel like what made the first 5, 6 seasons a good show was all that extra little storytelling that they no longer have. It's all rushed. And like, I get it, but I don't like when things are rushed. I like somebody to tell me the story. Like when I'm invested in a story, I want to hear all the details. I want to know, everything that they were doing happened, whatever. I don't like. I feel like George R. R. Martin gave him the TLDR and told him to make the rest of the finish the show with this, and then
Right.
you have somebody else that's doing the writing, and you can tell it's subpar writing now from what it was beforehand.
Yeah, I know this will happen in the book, but like I know there will be a lot more explanation of the White Walkers and what happened. It may end the same way. I think George R. R. Martin has confirmed that that's still going to wind, like the ending's still going to wind around the same as the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that in his writing, he's going to put a lot more information about, the background of the White Walkers, what happened, what's going on basically in these travel times that we're seeing people teleport around. And I think it'll be much better, which is why I plan after Game of Thrones is over and the books are finished, I do plan to just grab them all and just go through them.
Hopefully that man finishes those books before he passes away.
Yeah, I hope so.
Dude, at this point, I feel like, I don't know how old he is now, but like he hasn't even finished the 5th one, or is it the 6th one?
I think it's the 6th one, and then he has one more after that. He's almost finished with this one, I believe.
Yeah. I hope he gets them done.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree. Like I was pretty good up until this episode 3, and then it kind of cut off.
Episode 4.
No, I know. I'm saying I liked it until the end of episode 3.
Gotcha.
And I even like the whole battle scene. I like how it ended with, Arya killing the Night King. I was fine with all that. But I was just hoping that we would get a little more background information, a little more information about what happened, how she teleported. No. There's
nothing.
There's no warging that went on as far as we know. Yeah, there's no warging that went on. There was no, like faceless man stuff. It was simply the Valyrians still killed him.
Allegedly. And
I don't think we'll find out. There's 2 more episodes left.
There's not enough time.
Yeah, with the battle with Cersei, there's no way. There's no way they're going to sit here and explain it all.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I was saying, I was kind of just disappointed. The best parts of the episode was Tormund and the Hound, like their what is that called?
Dialogue?
Not dialogue, like funny relief.
Comic relief.
Yeah, comedic relief. Their comedic relief to the episode is what made the whole episode.
I definitely enjoyed those parts. I liked the ending because it kind of picked up again.
Dude, I didn't like it. I was pissed.
Well, yeah.
They have ballistas that can blow entire holes through ships on both sides.
Well, I didn't like that part. I'm saying the very end where they killed off Missandei. That whole little scene was pretty cool.
Tyrion should have died, dude. He should have been turned into a pincushion. Like, that's another thing. Like, she's such a cutthroat. Sent somebody to kill him. He walks up there and pretty much offers himself up to die. And she's like, nah.
Yeah, he definitely has
cut her head off.
Definitely has some plot armor there. Where that's why I think Tyrion's going to be important. I don't think he's going to die throughout this show, because if they were going to kill him off, that was the place.
Right.
So, I don't know. I also think it's very, very, very trivial how they're, like, they just got done fighting death, pretty much. This unending army of zombies. And, like, the next day, they're already,
We're going to war.
No. I'm not even talking about that. The next day, they're already, like, scheming against each other on who's going to get the throne. It's like, dude, we just came together and, like, defeated death. And we're going to, like, argue over trivial matters. Like, get over yourself and move on. Defeat Cersei. We can figure it out all after that.
Exactly.
And, like, Sansa's over here scheming. Dany doesn't like what's going on. I don't know what Jon Snow's doing.
Dude,
like Varys
and them are not happy either.
Yeah, Varys and Tyrion are scheming. Like, I don't know where the show's going to go. And that does add some, suspense
Yeah, but the problem is what they're building up, they could do a whole nother season with.
Right. I mean, just from this episode, just the information we got from this episode has set it up to where it's like, how is this going to be wrapped up in 2 episodes?
They're going to leave a lot of hanging information, and it's going to make me bash my head against the wall.
I don't necessarily think they'll do that. I don't think they'll leave a lot of hanging information. I just think they're going to wrap it up, but then it's going to feel rushed because it was done so fast.
Fair enough.
It's going to be like someone dies and then, well, Sansa's happy now. Huh.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, wait a second. What about all those other people, you know? I don't know. I'm still going to obviously watch the last 2 episodes. I think it'll end decently, but it just sucks that it's just gone downhill.
Well, hopefully they end it well, so it doesn't leave like a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah. Well, this episode kind of left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yep. Kind of want to vomit.
Like, what happened in this episode? Like, Gendry got denied by Arya.
Right.
Brienne lost her virginity to Jaime.
Tormund got denied.
Tormund got denied,
Again.
then slept with some random whore.
And then, dude, her crying when he left, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that was just seemed a little out of character of Brienne to. I mean, I get it. The virginity attachment, I get it.
I know. I mean, no, not really.
But like, all of a sudden, Jaime's like he felt for her so much. You know, if you remember what was it, the first episode where he was like, no, it was the second episode where he was like admiring her over the wall, like
right.
And then like 2 days later, after they have this big battle, he's just like, nah, I'm over that.
She must not have been that good in bed, dude.
Well, obviously. She was, yeah. I don't know. It seemed like a lot of things were rushed, or a lot of things just happened that were out of character. And then, you know, the whole Arya Hound thing, Arya sounding like she's never coming back. So I do think she'll die off by the end of the show. Yeah, there's just not a lot at this point. I just kind of want Cersei and the Mountain to die, and then they win, and then yippee.
Yep. I don't know, like, I don't think there's going to be any more Faceless Man stuff, which I wish there was, but I don't think there's going to be. They're not going to have Arya kill Cersei and the Night King, I don't think.
Yeah, I doubt it.
So I don't know what's going to happen there, but I don't know. I kind of hate to be this way, but I'm slowly becoming like not as invested in it. Like at this point, I'm kind of like, meh.
I know what you mean. Because like, okay, so every episode up to this one, on my way back from wherever we went to watch it, because we do watch parties every Sunday, every time I'm like sitting there excited and I'm talking to my girlfriend about it in the car and talking about theories and stuff. And then after this last week's episode, I didn't say a word. I was just kind of like, that was that.
Well, hopefully they give us some twists and turns in the next 2 episodes or something. Something either like, I don't even know if drastic needs to happen. It's just,
I think this is my guess for what happens to Arya is I think she's going to try to kill Daenerys, and then that's how she'll die.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I guess we will.
I'm going to have to wait and see you.
Wow. Hey guys, thanks for listening. We're signing off. I'm Asen, and I'm always right.
I'm Nathan.
See you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Hey you. Yes, you. Thank you so much for listening to the episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and even if you didn't, we would love to hear your feedback, which can be sent to coldonepodcast@gmail.com or leave us a review on iTunes. It helps us gauge how we can make this podcast better for your enjoyment. If you would like to contact us, you can do that through our email or follow us on social media, which is @coldonepodcast for Twitter and Facebook. We are now on Spotify as well as most podcast apps in existence, but if you prefer to listen to it online, head on over to our website, actionsperminute.net, for the latest episodes, a link to the APM Network Discord, or to check out any of our APM-sponsored streamers. And lastly, if you like what we do, tell your friends and spread the good word. Thank you again, and remember, don't drink and drive.